I think I feel something strong coming on. Hey! Let's just roll up with it, just the charms of it.
Welcome back to another episode with me, the Kingzilla, talking about all things drums. Well, one of the things I want to share with you today is speaking with someone that I became friends with on YouTube, following each other. He said he would love to start his own YouTube channel, but that he felt he had to wait till he got the proper gear. Well, I'm here to let you know you don't have to have great microphones and a mixer to begin the process to just put out good content and become a content creator. For example, in this room, everything that you've heard me record in the videos have been done with the microphones on my Android phone and my iPad Pro. That's right. I wasn't using my SSL equipment to capture the sound. That's not what you hear in the videos. What you hear more in the videos is me having dynamic control over the instrument playing it so that I don't distort the microphones as well as a tuned room. These things will help you more so than anything else to be able to start. You want to make sure that you don't have heavy reflections going on. But if that's what you want, is to play in a room in your house where you have high voltage ceilings, that is possible as well. And you can still get a good sound. I'm going to help you discover how you could do some of this. Just remember, you shouldn't put off what you could do today for tomorrow. Let's get into this. What we have here is a two-piece setup and a more live sounding room. As you can hear, my voice has more echo chamber or room effect to it, and that's naturally what's going on in the room. So right here we have a 22 by 18 acrylic bass drum by DW and a snare that we'll be using that is a 14 by 6.5 Pearl Steve Ferroni snare, brass, along with a pair of 14-inch Sabian hi-hats, Artisan series. I have a whole set of these, and we're only going to be using the two-piece for the demonstration in this room to understand how a tuned room with stuff on the walls to absorb some of the high frequencies react with the drums, opposed to a room where you have high voltage ceilings with this particular kit. As you can see, the ceilings are higher, and again, my voice is kind of bouncing all over the place. So let's do a couple of sound examples. Okay, so let's kick this off and who this video is really dedicated to and all other people who are watching. But there's a fellow drummer here on YouTube that I had a conversation with, and I just want to let you know, man, that this video is specifically for you, and that is at Willie Hamilton 1533. And we had a conversation talking about all of this type of stuff, wanting to start a YouTube channel and doing your own drumming. And I can't wait to support you and look at your drum videos like you have supported and looked at mine. So, but I just want you and everyone else to know that you could get great results and you don't have to have killer mics and things like that for your content to come across to people. Okay? So one of the things is a treated room is very important because of how your dynamics will sound in playing in the room. That's very important. The drum heads that you select to put on your drums. Some drum heads are double ply with muffling techniques built into the head. So that's not going to be as loud as, say, like a single ply head that, will project more of the drum tone in the room. Also, if you don't have a treated room like what I'm sitting in right now, you could always still play dynamically and don't load the microphones that are recording your sound on your phone or your iPad or iPad Pro. So these are the things that I follow. If you've noticed when you watch my videos, I'm not really slamming my drums, but I'm getting a good tone out of the drums. And that's because I don't want to overload how I am recording the audio with the video. That also brings up another thing as well. This drum kit, for me, is absolutely amazing when I look at what I paid for it many years ago when this kit came out new. I think I paid like $375 for this 4-piece kit, which was the snare, the rack tom, and the floor tom, and the bass drum. It's made out of 9 plies of cross-laminated poplar wood. And poplar wood is a vintage wood that has been used in many hybrid shells on vintage drums for a very long time. Normally it's mixed in with maple, mahogany, or birch. But in this case, it is a 100% poplar wood shell that is slightly undersized. And in this room, it just sounds great. I have a little 16-inch kick drum that sounds like it's a 20 or 22. And I have it stuffed full of stuff because I like a very staccato, punchy kind of bass drum sound. So let's get into some other aspects about playing in a room, whether it's treated or not, and how to get a good drum sound coming into your mics on your phone. So as you can see, we're back into the room where we have more of a controlled sound, okay? And the drums, it's more controllable with the cymbals. So when I play beats in here for making content, again, we're just using the microphones on the iPad Pro. Here we go. Okay, so I just like to play around with the dynamics in this room because it really lets you express yourself in a different kind of way opposed to being out in my living room. Now, a lot of you may like the sound of what you heard out there in the living room area opposed to here. This is just giving you the option of how you could start creating the content just using the microphone on your iPad Pro or your Android or iPhone. Okay? So with that, man, start creating content and having fun, right? And I'm going to get back to playing some other beats for you. Okay?